Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Academy of Art. Once again, we are here for the Overwatch Collegiate Varsity Series. This is the last match of the series between the Academy of Art University and Cal Esports.
Oh boy, this is what you would call the Battle of Bays, but that's trademarked by what, the Raiders?
No, I think it's the A's and the Giants have that.
Well, dang. Well, we do have our own thing. What is it called?
We had the
NorCal
NorCal
Collegiate
Collegiate.
Open.
Yeah,
Collegiate Open.
yeah.
Yeah, it was not the SF Shock versus Valiant one, but the one that we made, the real Bay Area fight.
Yeah, between all the colleges, very good showcase. We got to see, UC San Jose come out,
hmm
with Junie and those guys. We got to see UC Berkeley, UCSF, USF, all those guys. Very, very cool community out here, especially in the Bay Area. We really do embrace our esports, and I'm glad that a lot of that competition actually got to make it into this collegiate open, at least, or the
hmm
varsity series, because they are top 16 in the nation.
well, there are only 16 varsity teams.
Yeah, for here. So
Yeah, that is true.
that's why we're here. So once again, UC Berkeley's going to be the opponent today. I heard that there are a couple of substitutions, but I'll give off the main list and then talk about the subs. So their main list consists of Dang, Bobyo Joe, Kaito Alter, Blue Boss, Ryuje Huang, and Marble. We've seen them play before. They were once again at the Collegiate Open. And then we've also seen them a couple other times when we just run into them at just other college events
hmm
or collegiate matches.
So a little rundown for the story for people who are new to this whole little rivalry between us and UC Berkeley. There's a small little rivalry between us with esports. Well, when it comes to esports, we are both Bay Area colleges. Even though UC Berkeley is one sponsored by the San Francisco Shock, I do say that we do have the better broadcasting program for esports, which is kind of unanimous given what we're doing here right now, and they can't. Second of all, Kaito is actually close friends with Kairos, who is on our team. And because that's the connections came close, we all became friends and all that. But we also, well, we make fun of each other saying that we're better and they're pretty, lack of a better word. I can't say that actually.
I mean, they were a solid team. Like considering UC Berkeley, they did drop off a lot of their players last
hmm
year. They lost some of their bigger talent, but they're still pretty good. I mean, they are okay. So we can't make fun of each other at all right now because
Yeah.
our records are both garbage.
Yeah, our records. Okay, so the Tespa Varsity has two group stages. Well, it has two groups, and we're currently doing the last match of the group stage. We are part of the West.
West
Co-
region.
Instead of conference or anything else, we're called the West region, and there's the East region, and we're we're pretty tied right now on our scores, but we do have the better map score as well. We won more maps than UC Berkeley at the moment.
By one. So I'm just gonna rub that in. Sorry, guys. So for me, this is for personal narrative wise. Like I grew up in Berkeley. Berkeley was my hometown. Love the Golden Bears. Love their football. And then once they started embracing, esports, I was totally down as well. But going to the Academy of Art, obviously I'm torn. My family is all UC Berkeley. I'm ArtU. My mom is ArtU, but my grandmother is UC Berkeley. So it's a great rivalry that we have here. But once again, the Golden Bears are going to have a couple of substitutions. Dang will be out, and Ryuje Huang will be out for their DPS line and their support line. And they're bringing in Wellnitz and Ri-Fi. We haven't seen these guys at all. I heard that they're from the B team, and they might have just been called up.
I
Um,
have heard of Wellness actually. I do see why they would be on the B team. No offense, Wellness, but I think I've seen you play before, and I see why. Anyways, let's get back onto the actual subject.
so once again, the
It's
Varsity
called a
Collegiate
rivalry.
Series is all it's best of five once again, or technically it's a whoever gets to no, it's best of three. These are best of threes.
Yes.
I'm just losing it, man. I've been doing these for way too long. But anyways, the first map has been rotating. It's always a control point. But this week it is Lijiang Tower. There's our players right there, all getting ready. I really do love this matchup though between UC Berkeley and ArtU. It's just because like we know these guys. We we hang out with them. We
hmm
we play pickup games together. We scrim together. So if anything, this is just a very positive and fun, warm community, and I'm just ready to see them like finally go at each other head to head at full force.
No
No
holding
holding
back.
back. It's gonna be great. Um,
Deal. Sorry.
yeah. So yeah, once again, both of our records are 1-5.
Ooh.
It won't help us get into the tournaments, considering or moving on into
Playoffs.
the playoffs. Like we did not qualify for playoffs, but we get more Overwatch action, which means more games because we are in that we're in the play-in tournaments. So
Want me to explain or you want to explain it?
you could go for it. I'll just piggyback.
All right. So for those who are not familiar with what the tournament structure is for the Tespa Varsity series or the Tespa Collegiate series in general right now, is that there is a natural playoffs consisting of varsity and non-varsity. The varsity teams are all considered top 16 in the country because of their status and how they treat their esports programs. The top eight of both the top four from the West and East, so the top eight, will be automatically put into playoffs. The bottom four of each of the West and East will be put into the play-ins, with rest of the top, I'd say what?
It's 56.
56, with the top 56 teams of the country that are not varsity, and it is a single elimination brackets. Everyone has to go through it for 2 days next week. 2 matches a day, easy. Four matches a day, easy. But thing is, only 2 teams can progress from the play-ins to the playoffs.
Yeah, so that's the main qualification here. These guys who may be at the bottom of the Tespa Collegiate Varsity series wise are still great teams. So we're gonna see them face off against other teams that could be the B team or the maybe even C team or maybe their A team from their college. So
Yeah.
just a whole bunch of just different college teams coming together, and they're gonna be fighting for these last 2 playoff spots, and it's gonna be insane to see it.
For even some colleges, they're probably even fighting for their own recognition of their college for an actual esports program. Remember, unlike South Korea or some parts of Europe and most of the east coast of the US, most schools still don't recognize their esports programs. So spread the word. Esports is a natural thing.
And especially if you get at a very good spot in the tournament itself, you could at least talk about it to the higher ups, say like, we got some we have a legit team. But anyways, let's hop right into this match. We're going straight into Lijiang Tower. We're talking control center. Once again, very very basic map, man. I love this map. Go for it.
Control center. Lijiang is one of the best maps, best map designs in all Overwatch. It's one of the first. It's one of the best. Control point is very finicky. It's not. You don't have a lot of like high ground. You don't have much high ground, and you don't have enough airspace. So far, it's not the best. But you see a lot of teams play a little more close core characters like Doomfist, the Reaper, and a Mei. Beware, the white room is just Mei's territory in the very first fights.
Yeah, so we'll see if any of these teams decide to start out and get in there with that. So here's the lineup once again. Kaito Alter and Blue Boss going to be running the Ryan Zarya this time with the Tracer. Any thoughts on this lineup? It's unconventional, but it is something that a lot of teams try to.
It is a nice throwback to the old deathball days, but how that will play out, the Ryan's probably going to get bullied by the Doomfist.
So Senior Pac-Man put to sleep right now, but Bobbio Joe's going to be the first casualty. They're going to lose Pac-Man in the fight though. T-Cat looking for more, finds Wi-Fi, and he's trying to look for the rest of it as ArtU starts cleaning up the point here. Ooh, they are focusing him down, but a nice save. Blue Boss keeping Marble alive for a little bit longer, but that's just to stall out time as the Academy of Art caps first.
Well, like I said, the Reinhardt's going to get bullied. There's not enough way to... What Berkeley has right now is not enough to stop a Doomfist, a well-coordinated team that's centered around the Doomfist.
Yeah, and that's one of the downsides of playing the Ryan, you get slid around. Oh, a nice Earth Shatter by Kaito Alter, but it's not really going to get a lot out of it. Does walk past. Oh, Techie gets stuck, but a nice Fade's going to keep her alive. Just nice management of cooldowns, if anything.
You know, as a Doomfist player, that feels satisfying when you punch a Tracer as soon as she blinks. And if you're on the opposite end, oh man, that just feels bad. Unless you're resetting.
I mean, I felt like that was one of the things where it's like, you get pulled or you get punched into the wall. It's your pick. If you get pulled, you're going to get punched into the wall regardless. T-Cat showing that my words actually matter this time. No more Caster's Curse, but he's trying to get in. Kairos going to get brought down, though, by Bobby Ojo. He's going to actually be one of the first casualties for ArtU, but T-Cat really just popping off here.
I don't want to say just T-Cat. You can see the coordination well around with T-Cat and Harambe. The whole, what's called the sucker punch, the halt and punch combo is a really nice, it works really well if you're great friends, especially when T-Cat and Harambe are literally roommates.
Yeah, they are roommates. We got to see their room, the nice gaming stool that T-Cat's currently playing, but there you go. Harambe's going to be dropping down the supercharger to start this fight. A nice rock does rock down Wellnitz, but Wellnitz is going to recall that in order to save a little bit of damage. T-Cat coming in with the Meteor Strike over the top, trying to look for something out of this. Can he get the kill? No, he's going to get brought down by Bobby Ojo. The rest of the team, UC Berkeley, starting to find their footing here and starting to flip the point, but this is a good fight for Berkeley. They did have to spend quite a bit in order to get it, but the Academy of Art did get it up to 99%, so good take by UC Berkeley. The Academy of Art looking to reflip.
And you see there, it was a good opening by UC Berkeley because Bobby Joe got an easy pick. But what T-Cat, yes, that one right there, he can actually save the fight if he played a little bit safer, if he actually punched away instead of like trying to get close and get greedy. But in the end, he started to we have
So Kairos gonna pop the Death Blossom, Pac-Man dropping the Flux as well, and they're just gonna flip this point. His pop a couple of ultimates, making sure that they could get the point. Overtime has already ticked, team kill, and it looks like ArtU is just gonna try to zone him out. There's no way of them getting back, and that's what they wrote.
Alright. So, not bad. It's kind of what I expected. Berkeley's not at their full strength, and Academy of ArtU is already at their full strength.
Yeah, the thing that I really do like about it is they are trying to question conventions. UC Berkeley saying, hey, you know what, we're going to run Ryan Zarya. This is something that, you know, we grew up on. This was our meta when we were still on the team. But yeah, it's really good to see some of these throwback picks, and especially to see them played out, especially at this high of a level.
Oh man. Are they? No, they're not doing the... ArtU's not doing the crazy Ryan Winston strat that they did last week. But UC Berkeley is doing some... Oh, Techie missed a teleporter.
We're not going to flame her for that at all.
Totally.
Oh, Blue Boss trying to look for an early boop. Doesn't quite get it. This is something that every tank player likes to go for, the early boop. But the teleporter from the Symmetra switch was actually really smart by the team in order to get out there.
Was a little bad, a little sad for Blue Boss is that he went a little too early and he couldn't get it out fast enough as well, so he evidently cost his team some time to push in. But they do have a Pharah, Bobby Joe on the Pharah.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be very difficult for the Pharah to actually like get an angle here, especially with the double barrier being able to protect T-Cat in this corner.
Oh, that's actually pretty good positioning too.
Yeah, they did the full seashell lockdown.
Yeah. UC Berkeley has to find a way to actually walk inside and comfortably take out the Bastion, or else they're just going to be playing the Poke War all day.
Yeah, I do agree that it's going to be pretty difficult to get in here. You have to manage the double barrier, but as well as get in. But Kairos is going to find Ri-Fi, so UC Berkeley is going to be down a support, and they're going to lose Marvel as well. So that's going to be it for UC Berkeley's initial push, unless they happen to get more.
You know what I would have done differently for this for ArtU? I would have swapped Kairos for a different hit scam, maybe McCree, or I would have gone for a pharmacy myself. But you know, what they're doing is pretty nice right now. And it's a bit strange to see Techie on Baptiste, but you know what? If it works, it works.
Yeah, usually this is flipped. Usually Price is on the Baptiste, and then they have like the Mercy play or Moira. But Price is like just a significantly good Lucio, so I understand them playing Techie here. There goes the Ant Matrix, going to be starting out this fight, giving out a little bit more damage output, but there goes the Immortality Field. This might be the time for Bobby Ojo to try to go over the top and get a kill. If he could get it, stuck.
Oh,
Does get techie. So no more immortality field, even though they already dropped it. That's gonna be one of the supports down. There we go.
there's a good beat, but it's not fast enough.
Yeah, not fast enough as Bobbio Joe's gonna find 2 off the back end here. Price trying to stay alive and trying to get some more percentage for ArtU, being the only survivor here. Very good use of ultimates by UC Berkeley in order to cap that.
That was pretty well timed as well. You can see Berkeley, while they were playing Poke War for a while, which is not the most fun thing in the world, they did weigh out the cooldowns. They saw Techie using the Frisbee, the Immortality Field, and saw the opportunity, stick to Baptiste, and easy. Just put Barrage, and again, another easy kill, easy win.
Yeah, it's one of those things that most people do take for granted. It's cooldown management. Wellnitz is going to find Kairos in the backline, but TCat's going to return the favor. Trying to look for somebody else in the sky, but this is going to be a hard push for ArtU. I feel like right now. Oh, the Gravitic Flux by Pac-Man. Going to carry up 2. He's trying to look for the Moira. Does get Ri-Fi. Ri-Fi's going to go down, so that's one of their supports down. It's only going to be up to Marble with the Valkyrie to keep the team alive. He's going to return the favor. The Gravitic Flux going to drop Pac-Man as well, but TCat left unchecked, and he's going to be sitting here. He's going to get shredded up. Bobbio Joe in the air, the only hope for Berkeley. No, they're going to trickle back in. They still have Wellnitz as well as Ri-Fi still on the point. Almost has Coalescence. Going to pop it to keep themselves alive. But Kaizo Alter switches over to Ball as well. Just trying to stall the point, keep it alive for a while. He's going to drop it down. Pac-Man going to return the favor with that pile driver. Trying to find Marble. They're going to get that kill. Senior Pac-Man trying to find something, anything here. Bobbio Joe tries to go for the barrage. It's going to get shut down. Wellnitz is going to find Pac-Man, but the rest of ArtU shutting the door on the Berkeley Bears right now, and that's going to be it. Lijiang Tower going to ArtU Esports.
That was a pretty fast push from ArtU. While it was pretty smart of ArtU playing it slow, but actually before we get into it, let's take a look at what Kairos did with the play of the game as Reaper.
This is just good positioning. He understood, you know, they are going to flux. They timed the flux of Pac-Man with this so that they can get it. But this was the retake. We understood that they had ultimates going in. They let the fight happen for Berkeley, and then they were just like, you know what, we could retake it. Let's just use our ultimates right. Go for it.
Yeah. I do want to commend Berkeley. They did a pretty good job with the poke war and just patiently weighing out the cooldowns from ArtU, taking advantage of that and winning the fight, thus taking the point. It was great. But after that, ArtU just, let's put it this way, they just played better. They outplayed them basically. Not only, but mainly in mechanics, not in positioning, not anything else. In the end, that last fight, that one fight that ArtU just stalled out to the very end, that was just a fight of mechanics. No skip, no real like planning or anything like that.
I do understand that Berkeley was going for that poke war, especially on the second point. I definitely want to ask about the Hammond boops. That's something that, you know, I always look for. Like we queue together all the time, and they'll be like, oh, it's Lijiang Tower, and I'm like, night market, night market, night market, night market. If it's night market, I'm just like, you know what, I'm going hamster. We're gonna try to get a boop early. If it happens, it happens. If not, you know what, I'll just switch back, just go back to Orisa. We'll just, you know, I'll be in Orisa jail for the rest of the game. But you know, whatever works for the team will work for them. So, once again, ArtU taking this game here
in such a dominant fashion as well. This is not the same Berkeley that won the first Tespa championship when it actually first happened. Those players from Berkeley actually graduate and they actually went out and get jobs and have actual lives that are not esports related. They could be doing marketing for esports. I do not know. I don't know them personally, but this is not the same Berkeley if anyone is wondering that. And this ArtU team has been together for at least a year and a half. So you can see the difference in skill and synergy right there.
And then, just to let you guys know, the next map is going to be a hybrid map. We're going to figure out what they decide to pick between It's Numbani, Kings Row, and Hollywood.
It is Hollywood.
It looks like it is going to be Hollywood once again. What do you take off of this flip? Once again, during the early parts of the Collegiate series before the patch, we were always picking Kings Row. It's probably just comfortable picks.
Yeah.
But switching over to Hollywood now.
Well, I asked ArtU last week. We asked ArtU last week, especially TCAP. Everyone chooses King's Row. It's Grim's Road for a reason. It's one of the best maps in the game, and everyone's comfortable with it. Everyone likes it. So ArtU or Berkeley probably decide that they want to throw them off a little bit and play something that's not King's Row. Hollywood, for example, is a great way. It has different strats. That little alleyway of death. If they have a Pharah, it's doom. Uh, for the rest of it, it's just like the variety that you can have in any part of this map can really throw off a team, especially if you're playing Bastion.
Yeah, and we've seen ArtU struggle before on this map, especially against like North Texas, for example. They were just able to control them with both the Pharah and the Bastion in the cafe. So I don't know if ArtU is going to try to do the same thing, trying to return the favor here, or if Berkeley might try to find a way to crack it. But we'll see what they decide to do. These lineups are really interesting.
ArtU is playing the Bastion strats. I hope they have improved since last week. And Berkeley's coming out with a very interesting DPS lineup.
Yeah, this is something that I feel kind of split on, obviously. The Tracer Genji is more traditionally like a dive composition. You'd like to see like a Winston and a Devo along with it. But, I mean, whatever works. The sleep is going to put TCAT on the ground for now. But Wellnit's also going to switch over to the Ashe this time. So he's looking for the answer to the initial pick here.
That was an amazing sleep from Rai-Fi?
Yeah, Rai-Fi is actually one of the substitutes, so definitely showing, I may be a sub, but I can land these hits. Kairos once again perching here on the cafe. He's raining down some damage. Wellnit's is going to get caught out. And TCAT just trying to stay up and around here, looking for a little bit more poke. He's got to get out of there, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Just play it safe, play it above, control the sky while Kairos controls the point.
Yeah, that's why I said that alley right there is an alley depth, especially if the enemy team has a Pharah. Some of the best ways to avoid that, I can talk about later during the fight, not after the fight.
Yeah, here comes a pull by Harambe, trying to get somebody up and around. Oh, the nice throw by Senior Pac-Man to get Marble. That's going to be the two supports down. Pac-Man making plays on his own, making sure to block line of sight. He's going after Wellnitz. If he can find it. Oh, Barrage out by TCAT. Gonna shut the door on the other two. Now it's just gonna leave Kaito Alter on the side. That's a hard stagger.
The fact that Berkeley right now is still trying to push is not the best idea right now. They're staggering themselves. They're not pushing full force. But it's also kind of lucky for Berkeley because TCAT hasn't been back yet until recently. Hasn't been back, sorry.
And Price, once again, this time he is on the Baptiste, and they're going to let Techie pocket TCAT on the top. This is something that, yeah, Kairos is no longer on the Bastion. He's on the Chaser now. I don't know. Maybe this is a fun jab at Kaito saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick the Tracer. This is something that you know that I play. So we'll see if that does play out. Bobbio Joe and Rai-Fi have the Nano Blade available, so UC Berkeley does have a combo to start this fight off. ArtU had to commit quite a bit in order to continue that fight and let it happen, so we'll see what happens. Kairos already in the back, looking to shred up Marble, gets him down pretty low, 1 HP, gets the recall and gets out. So he already finds the pick, the Nano Blade, trying to get anything, catches 3. Plenty of damage done by Bobbio Joe. That should be a quick take for UC Berkeley.
Now this is where I start questioning, like, why did Kairos swap off the Bastion? Did he think that because there's a Genji that he's going to get countered immediately? I don't think so. Maybe he's trying to flex on Berkeley, saying that I don't need to play the meta to beat you. Maybe it's that.
Kairos is switching over to the Ashe now, so Wellnitz is going to have the ultimate advantage going into it, but it's pretty even in terms of timing. So if Wellnitz uses it to start this initial push, Kairos will probably have it for another fight in probably 2 or 3. But yeah, once again, I'm also confused. It's probably something that you have to reset and figure out what you're going to do, as Kaito Alter is going to drop the bongos to start the fight. Harambe has his as well, but they are just getting aggressive and pushing through TCAT, looking for something. Couldn't quite catch out Bobbio Joe there. Kairos finds Bobbio Joe with a coach gun, of all things. Probably gets the boost from Harambe around the corner. Kairos looking to get a pick, shooting the shield right now at least, waiting for the dynamite to get off cooldown. Damage shield, they do get bobbed down, and ArtU is going to stabilize here.
ArtU still currently has the advantage in terms of meta. They have more shield break than UC Berkeley right now, especially now that Wilnets has swapped off the Ashe for a Tracer. What is going on?
I think UC Berkeley wants to run a dive, but their tank lineup is just like really rock solid. They're just playing they are playing the Sigma Orisa combo, so something that they're not necessarily looking for. Bobbio Joe does find TCAT to start off the fight, so UC Berkeley will have the numbers advantage trying to go in here. Techie does pop that as well. It's going to get the res. Wi-Fi gives Bobbio Joe the nano, but doesn't have the blade to follow it up. Maybe just looking for raw damage here. Kairos trying to get out, going one-on-one right now against Wellnitz. Gets dropped down pretty quickly, but Techie's there for the support, keeping him alive, making it difficult for Wellnitz. Wellnitz, recall. Kairos trying to get out. TCAT does find Bobbio Joe in the back. He's coming back. He's looking for it. Doesn't quite find anyone, but does knock Wellnitz back into his team. The numbers advantage is going back in ArtU Esports' favor. Oh, come on, Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi does get caught out there, pushing the cart. They do make excellent progress, though. UC Berkeley pushing on through.
They have made excellent progress, and you can also see in the ultimate coming right now. Berkeley has 5 ultimates at the moment, and ArtU has not been so, how do I put it, financially stable with their ults.
Yeah, they're just kind of using it whenever they need to get the fight, but they do understand that UC Berkeley is going to be coming into this last fight with a lot. The only thing that they don't have to fear, they're going to go with Bongo on top of the Dragon Blade. Here comes the Coalescence as well, out by Berkeley. They're looking for a lot. Wellnitz getting a lot of kills. Marvel trying to clean it up. TCAT goes in, gets aggressive, and he's trying to look for anything off of the back of this, but he's not going to get anything. So UC Berkeley commits a lot of ultimates to this fight to start it off. Wellnitz still has the Pulse Bomb, and Blue Boss does have the Gravitic Flux, so ArtU is going to be only fighting with 2, their own Gravitic as well as Valve.
I mean, to real. Anyways, Gravitic Flux is out. Pac-Man's actually pulling out all stops right here, trying to make sure that Berkeley doesn't go any further.
Same thing. Blue Boss returns in favor. Kairos finds 2 kills already. He does. Coach Gun right on top. Make sure that he could dodge the Pulse Bomb coming out from Wellnitz. And now he's just got to focus him down, trying to get that 1 kill. But TCAT so cleaning it up, and that will be it.
Not bad, not bad. ArtU it was pretty sloppy in my opinion, but ArtU did a pretty good job at stopping them before they got to the second point. Their ultimate usage has not been the best at the moment, but it can be improved throughout the game. Same thing with UC Berkeley. Their ultimate usage is better. They know when to time it, how to time it, and when to use it with. The very last fight that they used, what was it? Bongo, Blade, and Coalescence. To me personally, I think that's a bit of overkill. Like you don't need the Blade for the Bongo, unless if you're going to do the Coalescence with it. That's just overkill. You're going to be doing too much, and you're going to waste too much time. The Blade could have been used to save for the next fight.
It really depends on how the teams think. I do understand the idea of splitting and dividing attention that way. But I also do agree, if they waited out for the second fight, they probably could have gotten Wi-Fi to get another nano available, and then they could have won the fight off the nano blade. So UC Berkeley's still doing a great push, pushing it almost to the end of point 2. So now it's going to be ArtU's turn to be on the offensive, and we'll see what UC Berkeley decides to pull out, considering that this is potentially the last map for them.
Potentially. Remember, it is the best of 3. If ArtU wins this map, that's game. We're done here. The cast is done. The team's going to come walk in here and say that they're happy that they beat Berkeley and they're the better Bay Area team. But you know what? We'll find out if that's actually going to happen. I mean,
both of these teams are going to be playing in the play-ins anyway, so it's just
it's
kind of just bragging rights at this point for either one of these teams. But once again, this could be the last match that we have here. The Academy of Art University versus UC Berkeley here for the Overwatch Collegiate Varsity Series.
This is another weird setup. We got a Widow and a Reaper for the Arista Sigma combo.
Yeah, Fabio Joe this time on the Widowmaker. Zero's dropping pretty low already, but does get topped off by Price. They're trying to keep TCAT's pressure up here. What do you think about this this matchup right now so far?
It's gonna end really fast in about 5 seconds.
So there goes the Immortality Field for UC Berkeley. So, and Wi-Fi's already brought down. Marvel down to 1 HP. K-Rose already in the back, getting the damage done.
Okay, I was being a little too harsh. It was more than 5 seconds, but this fight is well over in a second as soon as Onix drops. So the reason why I believe that UC Berkeley was going to win this fight is pretty simple. TCAT is not just like some gold Pharah. He actually has I made him play Pharah. I made him train on Pharah. He's actually a master rank Pharah if you actually look at it. And he knows how to play around buildings to avoid the Widow shots. And Kairos, he has been improving. While they're all focused on T, Kairos is in the back taking down base supports.
Yeah, it's something that we pounded into TCAT. I understand our era we used to have Bamboo, and Bamboo was just always projectile DPS.
Yeah.
And then once he left, we're like, ah, we need a projectile DPS, and we let Kairos have the hit scan. TCAT took the projectile. So it was very good that we actually got to train him on this, and he's been a lot better. He's been improving, especially over the course of this series.
Oh, Kairos, this is pretty aggressive. This teleport, if it gets caught up, oh.
They saw him coming from a mile away, but Kairos looking at the Immortality Field. He's at 19 HP, does meet up with the healing ball there. He's already back to full HP. He's trying to look for something. Here comes the Death Blossom over the top. Gonna keep the team alive though through it, but TCAT's also gonna deal the damage. Finds Fabio Joe on the back end of this. Berkeley gets caught out a little bit there. Marvel gonna be dropped. TCAT looking for more along with Kairos. And the boop. That's very good positioning. Very good positioning for ArtU right now. Being able to shift them out of the position that they want to. And this might be the door shutting on UC Berkeley right here.
It is the door being shut on UC Berkeley. Just a little love tap on the stragglers, and that's it. That's game. Academy of Art University taking the game today 2-0 against UC Berkeley. Bragging rights of the best Bay Area college right now. Belongs to ArtU.
All right, playing the game going to Fabio Joe. This is probably the Nano Blade that came out earlier. Something that, you know, very unorthodox, something that we don't see often, but he didn't even need the Nano half. He just got, I almost had to clean up there on Techie. But very impressive still. Something that we don't get to see every day. I'm really happy that we got to see, you know, some unorthodox picks. You could say that ArtU was a little try-hard, not letting him have a little bit of fun there, but congratulations, ArtU, taking the win, and UC Berkeley, we'll see you in the play-ins.
Yeah. For me personally, I like that they didn't go easy on them that much, except for when Kairos dropped the Bastion for a Tracer. That just blew me away. But anyways, I like that ArtU didn't take it easy on them. They played him seriously. They played him like it actually meant something, which it did in a way. And now, look at it. They have brought down one of the old champions of Tespa, UC Berkeley.
And especially in this meta, something it's always shaken up. We were shaken up what 2-3 weeks ago with the new patch. So these teams have a little bit of time to figure it out. But I'm glad that we got to see this matchup. So once again, we will be bringing in the team. So yeah, come on in, guys. This time we won't only be joined by TCAT. We'll be brought in. We'll be bringing in the whole team. Let's say hi to everybody.
We brought everybody today.
Yeah, we got everybody.
Everybody, get in here!
I'll scoot over.
Sorry if I'm like.
Sorry, there's not
what's
much
up?
room for the chair to scoot in closer.
I mean, there's
Okay.
All right. So as you all can see, they actually have matching. Wow, he turned my microphone up and okay. Oh, it's back now. Thanks. Anyways, they all have matching jerseys. This is something that most schools and most teams want.
Come on, man. Don't do this to me.
Oh, I'm going to. I'm sorry. He was once part of the team and he still hasn't had a jersey yet. But soon, one day, soon. Hashtag Blizzard soon.
Blizzard soon. So yeah, 2021.
All
but
right.
anyways, we have the entire team here. Who should we start off with?
Le Captain.
Le Captain. What's up? So once again, TCAT over here. Do you have any question? I didn't write anything down yet.
Actually, I didn't really have any questions for any specific person. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
how-
how do
how-
you feel?
How does it feel to go against Berkeley?
It feels good to win against Berkeley for sure. They're definitely like our rivals, I would say, or at least we play with a lot of them and know a lot of them. So winning against them is like a big plus for us.
And do you think that you could carry this momentum into the play-ins that's going to be happening next weekend?
Oh, we definitely want to. Like, if it's something we could turn around, I think there's a lot of close teams that didn't make it. Boise's one of them. I forget the others. I mean, Grandview's there too, and I think Berkeley will be playing.
Yeah.
So if we can carry that back in, it'd be something we want to do for sure.
All right. And then let's go to K Rose. What's up? Here you go.
The star DPS.
No.
You can't say that with TCAS.
Yeah.
Come on, Heroes. Kaito is watching.
The star hit scan DPS.
Okay. There you go. You can narrow it down. The biggest question mark that both V and I had to you was
Don't lean on TVs.
why did you switch off Bastion during that second part of Cafe? You went to Tracer.
Because I thought it was like losable, the fight, so I switched instantly.
So you were just going in for the contest,
Mhm.
like just last second contest.
Yeah, because I didn't know if it was actually like losable or winnable, or if it was already a one fight.
And then I was amazed. I don't know if V caught this, but your coach gun use in order to get away. There
Yeah,
was one play in particular.
Dodging a tracer bomb.
Yeah, you dodged a pulse bomb that was like literally at your feet.
Yeah,
with
it
the
was
coach
under
gun.
me and I got scared.
Was that like a knee jerk reaction, or did you like know you saw the tracer blinking and you're just like, you know what, I'm good, coach gun just straight down and hope that it
I
doesn't.
saw her like doing the pulse bomb, and then I saw it was at my feet, so I instantly like used the coach gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some pretty flashy stuff right there. That's something you put on like a Fresh Nuts montage right there, but not yet.
All right, moving on. We've seen these two before. Next is Harambe, or
Rest in peace.
yeah, the legit Harambe. Nah, but Harambe, the star main tank here for the Academy of Art. Yeah, I have to commend you and TCAT in terms of coordination. You guys are always on top of pulling either that. You.
I wouldn't say all the time.
I would say your coordination, especially with your teammates, how important is that in order to secure a fight?
I mean, it's definitely the deciding factor. Whether or not we can land our combos will determine if we win or not. It's either we win or we don't win. There's no in between.
All right, I got a little off question. You and TK have some synergy. You have some extra synergy this semester because both of you are roommates living in the same room. How does that affect your daily life, living with this guy?
Doesn't really change that much. It's just roommates, Cap.
Kappa?
They just do the same thing. They're just more in sync with each other now.
Yes, now I can hear him through my own mic. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Pac-Man.
Hello.
Yeah, Pac-Man, master of voices, master of drawings. Dude, love
I
your-
like to think so, yeah.
It's
Yes.
pretty.
I like to pretend I am.
No, dude,
Don't
it's
worry.
pretty. It's
We know
100%
you are.
pretty.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Pac-Man, aka Pac-Meme. What's up?
Yes. I am off tank.
Yeah. In terms of your graphitic flux usage, when is the best time that you find it? Do you always have to coordinate with Pac-Man or not? Oh, God, Robert.
Pac-Man.
You coordinate with yourself?
That explains a lot.
Do you always coordinate with Harambe, or is it just like whenever you see like an opportunity, you just go for it?
I try my best to combo with Harambe's right click. Yeah, the suck thing. I've been playing this game for 2 years and I still don't know the names.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try my best to coordinate with him. But there are times where we're like in like a middle of a fight and it's just so chaotic, and I just happen to see like at least like 3 people together, and I'm like, oh, okay, Orisa used her fortify already. Moira doesn't have her fade, so I'm like, this is just an easy kill, so I just go for it a lot of times. So most of the times, it's just safer to wait for Harambe and like just actually coordinate those ults. It's just safer that way.
I want to ask you once again. Well, do you have a question?
No,
V?
go for it.
Okay. There was the last fight on Control Center on Lijiang. Did you plan to coordinate that with Kairos, or was Kairos already up on the high ground and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna flex them up, you blossom, and then once they hit the ground, they should.
I didn't keep in mind that Kairos was gonna use his ult. At first I just thought it was gonna be pulled Sigma. But I guess it really helped a lot that Kairos was already set up to use his ult, and that's pretty much what won us the fight. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, cool. Let's move on to Techie.
Hello, Techie, the manager, the also main support, and many other things around the esports department that doesn't get enough credit for.
Oh.
How are you feeling after all the titles I just gave you? Okay,
We'll
how
get-
do you feel about like the whole Tespa Varsity tournament so far?
I'm very happy we had this opportunity because this opportunity I feel like opened a lot of doors that may not see yet, but I feel like it is opening a lot of doors and it's a big thing for us.
Let's see. I felt like there was a question that had to do with Baptiste, but then I totally like forgot.
We can say that for Price.
Yeah, well, I mean, both of them are the supports. We surprisingly they line themselves up in,
Yeah,
in the
DPS, tanks, and supports. I didn't. This wasn't coordinated.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't write down anything.
So,
I'm average.
No. You did quite a bit. Okay. I feel like here's a good question is how does it feel to just like babysit this guy? When he's on far, is there any like specific tricks that you do that's like either playing to his specific cadences, or that or is it just like what I'm just gonna stay on him and just make sure that he doesn't die?
Poking phase, I try to damage boost when I need to, and if he needs heal, I'll pop a damage boost when he shoots a rocket. That way I can continue healing. It's just a lot of playing safe.
how do you balance that from healing the team over healing the Pharah? Because there are times when when your other hero Price can't heal everyone because there's so much damage going on. How do you balance that?
I mainly watch TCAT and Price because I trust Price to heal my team, and if in the middle of a team fight, if I need it, I'll pop Valk.
That makes one of you.
All right, let's go with Price. I'd call you a Reddit Lucio, but you're not a Reddit Lucio. You're more like you're the flanking assassin Lucio.
Yeah, true. I did some run out, but like really didn't have much time to practice the run out of the map, and like I'm just doing like aggressive play, like doing damage or like boop the enemy into our team.
Nice. For the Baptiste setup, so we saw earlier that you two switch off between Baptiste. Ideally, we know about your background as like just a general player, like a player in general. You're a pretty great DPS. You were playing Zenyatta in the last semester, and you just popped off on Zenyatta at random times, just like no one hears to Zenyatta because he doesn't have footsteps, and you just take them from the back. What was the decision here to make her Baptiste and you the Lucio?
Well, I think like because my sensitive is kind of high, so I'm doing like a lot of aggressive play, like wall climbing and like flanking them like behind to like boop people and like kill people. So and Christy is our main heroes, and yeah.
He just works a lot for Price, since he's really good at moving around the map. So I think it just works better for his playstyle.
He can do more on Lucio than I can.
Yeah.
That's what my question was. It's like the initial switch for you playing Baptiste and you playing Lucio is because we know that you're one of the most crazy, insane Lucio players that at least I've seen. I remember the meme where it was TCAT calls somebody low, and then Kairos is like, I got it. And then it's like, nope, Price is like already on top of him. He's already dead. So, yeah. I'm glad that we got to see you guys all pop off. Your final record, by the way, is 2-5. But so far, at least it's not dead last. So,
Yeah, how do you feel about not being dead last?
yay.
Actually, don't answer that. That's a little BM towards the one who's actually in dead last. But after this, next.
So yeah, you guys have the play-in tournaments coming up. Are you guys preparing for that in any way, or is there anything that you guys are still trying out, especially like that? I want to get Kairos's opinion on that. Ryan Winston.
You don't take.
Are we gonna see that again?
Well, for the next match?
For the potential next matches that are coming up.
Well, definitely we have to do more scrims, and then we have to try like new comms and stuff like that. Since I'm not sure if the meta will change. I don't think so, but can like play different things depending of like our play style, because I know like playing always the same thing is kind of boring. So yeah, we have to adapt.
Yeah, and speaking of adapting to things, I'm gonna ask TCAT. I'll take this. How was it playing against like those like unorthodox compositions? At least that we've seen. We've seen, you know, what Berkeley pulled out. They pulled out the Genji. They pulled out the Ashe in some things, but the main like tank and support lineup were pretty much the same. But in terms of the DPS line, does that throw off your gameplay, or do you just do you and then just try to make it happen?
Yeah, I think new picks definitely kind of throw us off a little bit. It's nothing crazy, but we just have to adapt and like overcome. There's like definitely times where like the game is like you have to switch and you need to do that. But I think with our comp on at least on Hollywood and stuff, we didn't need to change too much to counter the Genji. Just like switching on a Doom and stuff kind of worked out for us.
All right.
I think that's it for now. Thank you for coming to the desk. I hope to see you. Well, I'm going to see you soon either way. But nonetheless, thank you for coming here. We will talk to you soon. Well, talk to you later.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. How does one usher?
All right. Oh, sorry. Yep. All right. So we are going to just kill a little bit of time here while we have the end of this. Any events that you're looking forward to?
Like
No, that's not a plug. No, like just in general. I mean, I can bring it up. You can bring it up.
You can bring it up. It's your event. But for me,
No. This.
What? Oh. Oh. But it's not coming up. It already happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could talk about it. Something.
Okay. Okay. First off, events that are coming up. There is the Open Division practice season. I am broadcasting the North American and European, well, basically both tournaments. I take turns with others. I do producing. I do the observing. Earlier this morning, I did the European one, and boy, oh boy, 2 Mat 5s. That was a long broadcast, but they're all good. Even though it's just a practice season, these are good matches, and it's really good to have in this dry off season for Overwatch League. And second, since he just wants to bring you up, you see this shiny little thing on my ring finger right now? This past Tuesday, I have joined the Married Men meta, and I do have to say one thing. The Married Men meta does not make you a better player. I'm still in plat. But I have gotten better in Apex Legends. The Married Men meta works in Apex Legends for me. I don't know. It could be different for everybody.
Well, he may be plat on his rank, but he's got silver on his finger. So it's
Ow.
it's all
Ow.
the same here.
I mean, it's real silver, but
It's true.
still, like, ow.
No, I'm not dissing your rank. I mean, you at least have silver.
Yes, that is true. Now then,
I don't need a plug. Well, you know what? We might as well. Since
yeah,
we're here
let's
real
plug
quick.
it because we're ending the stream nonetheless. So let's plug in tomorrow's events.
Yep, tomorrow's event, we're going to be doing the Trick or Treat Throwdown that's hosted by me, as well as whoever happens to join me on the desk. It might be V-Flight, might be a couple other players. You never know. But we're doing full giveaways. We have a Overwatch cookbook to give away. We're also doing full-size candy bars as well as a whole bunch of other things. So, V's got to go. But thank you, everyone, for joining us for this broadcast. There's the trophy right there. It's pretty nice. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us for this final match of the Collegiate Varsity Series. I'm your host, Kevin Kanashi Tagupa, and that's V-Flight. And thank you, and we will see you next weekend.